Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a lap guide for Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps with the 2019 Toyota Supra. Let's get this started. Your first braking point is before you reach the 100 meter mark. Brake as much as you can in a straight line, then slowly ease off of the brakes as you turn in. You can briefly go down to second gear to help the car rotate a bit more, then go back to third gear and carefully start to accelerate. For our rouge, you want to go full throttle onto the curb on the left, and when you're in the middle of the curb that is on the left, you'll brake hard for a very short moment, then ease off on the brakes, turn in, and carefully and patiently start to apply the throttle. You also want to try to turn in as little as possible, that way the weight doesn't shift around like crazy, which can potentially cause the car to lose control. Your next braking point is the 150 meter mark. Once you reach it, start to brake as much as you can, then slowly ease off of the brakes as you turn in. These next couple of turns require a lot of throttle control, but for these couple of turns and a couple of turns up ahead, it is possible to accelerate just enough to cause the car to rotate a little bit more. Brake well before you reach the curb that starts on the left. You eventually want to hang out on the inside of the turn. Just be very patient until the turn slowly starts to open up, and then you can slowly start to accelerate a little bit more. Bring yourself to the right and start to brake right around here. You'll be braking hard for just a moment. Quickly ease off all the brakes to get the car to rotate around this turn. Look for the 50 meter sign as you want to brake just before you pass it. You'll be braking hard for a moment, then slowly ease off of the brakes. Try to get close to this first apex. Carefully start to accelerate so you don't make contact with the AstroTurf on the right. And this final part of the Pohon corners can be taken at full throttle. Then brake right after you pass the 100 meter mark. Brake hard for a short moment. Slowly ease off of the brakes as you turn in. You can also use a little bit of throttle input to help the car rotate around these two corners. Brake before the curb on the left starts. For this turn, you want to try to be a bit easy on this turn. No sliding around like crazy. You want to get yourself set up for this next right-hander, which will lead to the straightaway. And all you want to do for this turn is just do a quick lift off of the throttle. You will need to brake a bit for this turn, so you want to start to brake right here, and you want to do a smooth tap on the brakes. Nothing too dramatic, just be smooth with your braking, turning, and accelerating. Then bring yourself to the left and brake before you reach the 150 meter mark. This should give you enough room to be able to make the turn without overshooting it. Slowly start to ease off of the brakes as you turn in. Briefly accelerate, then brake hard for just a moment to help the car rotate around the final hairpin. Straighten out the car, go ahead and fully accelerate through the finish line, and you are good to go.